But my guest this afternoon is Parveen, the Spice Queen from Peterborough. She's just going to knock up a little dish for me, which people could easily do at home.
Do at home. I'm here now just to champion the chickpea.
Yeah,
chickpeas.
You and others, because it's quite trendy, isn't it? The chickpea, it's so good for you.
Everybody, I work in a shopping channel, and January, everybody had a veganuary. Is it veganuary? Veganuary. That's it. Everybody went vegan, and I thought, somebody said, "Oh, Parveen, what do you eat?" And I said, "Oh, I've got a dish." So this one is perfect for vegetarians, vegans, even carnivores. My husband's a real carnivore.
And your boys go to the gym a lot, is that right?
Yeah, my eldest is he's a fitness freak type person. So
it's full of protein, isn't it?
Full of protein, but this is fine. So chickpeas, they're very underrated and undervalued. Need to give them a bit of TLC.
So what you've got there?
Jez, we're going to stand up. We're going to put some spices in a bowl.
They look like giant baked beans, chickpeas, don't they?
They don't have much flavour, so they carry flavour, so it's brilliant. So I've got 2 boiled potatoes, a tin of chickpeas, and you think, "Oh, Parveen, have you cheated?" Actually,
some diced potatoes.
Diced potatoes.
Are they Maris Pipers? Do you know what variety of potato?
Usually whatever my supermarket has on offer, go for that. In that, I'm going to add coriander. Now then, I get a lot of questions about coriander. Even our cameraman Mark doesn't like coriander. So if you have a sniff of that, I'll pass it over to you, Jez.
I quite like it.
Coriander.
That to me, an Indian dish isn't an Indian dish without coriander.
But if you don't like it, leave it out. Drop a lemon juice. Okay.
Now I used, because it turns out we didn't have any lemons in the house.
Oh, what did you use?
So I used it out of the bottle.
Which is fine. Absolutely fine. Okay. I think bottled lemon juice is fine. I don't want people to get too chefy. So if you don't want to use the fresh lemon, you can. If you don't want to use fresh ginger and garlic, you can buy the paste. And these days you can buy it frozen. So that's it, Jez. Now that is a chickpea spicy salad, which I'm going to serve up for you. And I'm going to add yogurt and also something called tamarind. Now then, do you know what tamarind is?
It's a type of monkey, isn't it? A tamarind monkey.
There you are. Lovely brown tamarind sauce. Now there was a clue in what I just said.
That looks like a mix between gravy and chocolate.
There you go. Now then, tamarind is a sweet, sour fruit. And if you have brown sauce on your bacon butties in the morning or with your sausages, brown sauce contains tamarind. Look at the label next time.
What are the crunchy looking
They're cumin
croutons?
Crisps. Yeah, they're crisp with cumin that I've made for you.
Okay, here we go.
So that's it. And that's the good thing. While Jez eats, I'm going to tell you, that actually is fat-free. When I had my daughter, I gained about 4 stones. So I would eat this because there's no oil. No oil in that, Jez.
Can't tell how good it is after the first mouthful, so I don't have another.
And that's the perception people have, that it's full of oil and ghee. So this is like a detox vegan thing.
That I did. I've done another third.
It needs another mouthful. So it's so easy once you know how.
That was really good.
It is good. Fat-free as well.
Does that mean it's good for you, or it just hasn't got any fat in it?
Well, you do need a good fat in your diet. It's a whole new show. But actually, what I'm saying is no added oil in that, so it's not calorific.
We'll point people towards your website and your book before you leave us. But I want to know how this all began for you, because you used to be an Ofsted nursery inspector.
Oh my gosh!
Didn't you? So how do you go from that to being a TV shopping channel Indian chef?
Do you know what, Jez? I think I always had a passion for cooking and doing dinner parties. But then you think life takes over and you just get a job and you work and you've got a mortgage to pay. So I was a nursery nurse and sort of fell into nursery nursing, then managed a nursery and then ended up being an inspector for Ofsted, which was very stressful. Nobody liked me.
I was going to say, you don't get a warm reception.
You don't get a warm reception. Unlike the chef who
gets,
unlike a chef who gets a really warm welcome. So it was a very stressful job. And actually I had a tumour. I found I had a tumour and I did what a lot of women that are busy do, and I ignored it. And it really damaged me. So after a year of surgery and lots of therapy, my husband said, "That's it, Parveen, nothing else. I don't want you to do anything else to stress yourself out so much," because it was a very stressful job, very well paid though. And, it was a huge accolade being an inspector, and it was quite a powerful job. So maybe I quite like the power, but cooking was my passion. So I said, "Well, I want to cook for people." And that's what I did. And I did a little show called Come Dine With Me.
Oh, well, tell us about that, because we see it on TV and I quite often wonder what happens in reality and what happens in the edit suite. I mean, because sometimes people come across a bit funny and you think, I wonder if they're like that, or if they've just been, they've picked out the bits because they've created almost this character.
Okay, Jerry, you've known me for 15 minutes. What would you say?
You're lovely,
I'm smiling.
Parveen.
I got called Picky Parveen.
Really?
I was quite fussy. I'm a fussy eater, but they just, because I kept saying, well, that's not nice and that's not nice. And so they edited all the bad bits I said, and I came across as picky Parveen. And we had a racist and a curry hater, so it was never going to work, was it really?
And the filming went on for hours as well,
Yeah,
did it?
absolutely. I mean, you get your starter about, you knock on the door, and that takes half an hour to film each person going in. You actually genuinely don't know where you're going. You get your starter about 8 o'clock. You take one mouthful and get whisked away to film. You get your mains about 10, and you get your pudding about midnight. And the bit in the cab at the end, and say, I'm going to give Jez a 9 because he's got a nice smile, whatever. That's done between 12 midnight and 2 in the morning.
No wonder everyone's yawning. all the
Exactly,
time.
exactly.
Would you do it again?
Yes, because it got me the job at the local college teaching a course called Dine With Parveen. No, I think I would do it again, actually.
Yeah.
Because it's a journey, isn't it? If I hadn't done that, Jazz, I wouldn't have got a job at the college. I wouldn't be teaching. I wouldn't be writing recipes, and I wouldn't be doing this. So it's a bit of a journey, isn't it? Really.
How do you feel about answering questions from listeners?
Oh, I'd love Lancaster. While I do that, I'm going to get you a quick dessert, though. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Let's have a question.
Well, if you can multitask,
I can
knock that up whilst I...
3 children, a house, and a cat. I can multitask.
I'll read this question to you. Jez, question for Parveen, please. I cook curries using freshly ground spices, which need to be cooked off in oil before adding the liquids for the flavour. Like most people, I'm trying to keep the dishes low fat. How can you cook off the spices and keep it low fat? No, she's already lost me. What does she mean by
She normally
cooking
fries
off?
the spices in the oil first, but I don't cook in that method. I don't fry the spices first. I cook my spices in my curry sauce. So what you can do is reduce the amount of oil you're cooking with, and double up on the ingredients. So if I was going to make a dal for you, and the recipe requires 6 tablespoons of oil, I would use 3 tablespoons of oil, double the ingredients, so you've got 12 portions. Are you keeping up?
Yeah.
He's not really. He's just saying it.
So you've glazed over a little bit, but Nikki's listening.
Yeah, rather than you have 6 portions of the dal or the jalfrezi or the lambuna, double up, and then you need oil to cook a curry, otherwise it'll taste like a boiled casserole. So you need the oil, but double up on the ingredients, so you've got less fat per portion. Have it with a boiled rice, which is no fat, a nice lemon and coriander salad, and a cucumber raita, which is fat-free. So if you're portioning it up, then just have a little bit of the curry and lots of the good things.
So I fear you're going to burn it, though, if there's less oil and more
You won't burn it, but you
ingredients.
do need a little bit of oil, yes.
Okay.
But just have a nice boiled rice and salad with it.
What are you doing there, Parveen?
I'm going to make you a mango lassi. We're having shots. This is a mango milkshake. Mangoes are in season.
It's in a shot glass.
It's in a shot glass. It's in a very posh shot glass.
Is this boozy?
It could be, but it's not. Cheers, Jez.
Okay.
Here's to mangoes. Cheers.
Yeah.
How's that?
I didn't do it all in one.
No, you're not meant
It
to.
was-
It's
oh,
fine.
okay.
Can you taste the mangoes?
Yeah, that's delicious.
So one question I get, which one comment actually I get from everybody is, really, Parveen, you've got desserts in your book? I said, yes. I did a dinner party for a charity. I did a 3-course menu. And my friend said, oh, what are you making for dessert, Parveen? I said, oh, I'm making a trio of desserts. And she said, a trio of desserts, Parveen? She said, I didn't know there was one decent dessert, let alone 3. And
Yeah,
so
because you go
that's
to an Indian restaurant,
you
it's
don't-
usually the sort of ice creams in the shape of a penguin.
Oh, all sorts of shapes. So you don't go for the desserts. So I've got another one for you as well.
All right.
Have you ever had rose water? No. Ooh.
No, my mum did make me the dessert, actually. It was called Marilyn Monroe's Kiss, and it was ice cream with rose water.
Oh, you have?
I think. So I've had it as an ingredient in something before. And it's just water which has had rose petals in it.
It's actually rose syrup. So, these days people have baklava and you have Turkish delight. It's very it smells of roses because it's made from roses.
All right, yeah. Go
Okay.
on, dish it
I'm going to
up.
dish it up. So desserts are not on the first or the front of people's mind when they're having an Indian, but give them a go sometimes because it's the sweetness that counteracts the savoury. But really, it's about having knowledge about your spices.
Time is against us, but I
Yes, it
just
is.
wanted to ask you.
Jess,
Thank
I'm
you.
going to have that rose water. Have a sniff
it's
first, Jess.
Lovely receptacle.
Yeah.
It's like an architectural design of some sort of art building. Here we go.
But what I'd say
It's got
is...
4 corners. How do I do it out of
anyway you
the
like.
flat bit or a corner? Yeah.
I'm just being very chefy. So it's pink. It's bright pink in colour and it tastes of roses.
It reminds me of that delicious medicine you had when you were a kid.
Oh,
that was that
thank you
colour,
very
that
much.
pink. It doesn't taste like medicine, but it tasted. Yeah, it was. It was like I used to pretend to be ill so I could drink
to
it.
have that. I used to pretend to be able to have Lucozade. Do you remember that? When Lucozade tasted a lot better.
That's really good. I just wanted to ask you before you went about cooking as part of family life.
Yes.
As well, because it is a very important part of
Yeah.
of
Well,
life
I
for
think
you.
so. I mean, you've got young children, Jess, haven't you? And I've just said mine are all flown the nest, they're all adults. But I really insisted on family meals because I think in this time of Wi-Fi and fast cars and fast everything and catch up, it's the only time that we sit together and converse with one another. And do you know what I've done at my dinner table?
No.
I've banned mobile phones. No phones at my dinner table, and that includes my husband. It's the only place I get to pull rank. So I think family meals are really important. It's the only time that you connect as a family. So they say the old adage is true: a family that cooks together stays together.
And do your children actually tell you what they've done in their day?
Well, now one's in London being an advisor for a bank. One's in Africa, and one's working for a shopping channel. But we do have family WhatsApp, and it's full of what they've had to eat that night.
Parveen, it's been an absolute delight. Thank you so much. My sandwich will have to keep until tomorrow now because I've got my lunch here. Parveen, the Spice Queen. For more details on your recipes, your spices, and your book, where do we go, Parveen?
You just go to my website,
which is
www.the-spicequeen.
Wonderful, Parveen. Thank you.
Thank you.